Would you like to make Christmas ornaments that look straight out of a boutique for just a few dollars each? Today I'm going to show you exactly how to make these one-of-a-kind DIY alcohol ink ornaments, complete with beautiful holiday decals that you can make with a cutting machine. And the best part? This project lets you relax, play, and let your creativity flow, which can be a breath of fresh air during the busy holiday season. Hello everyone, Jennifer Maker here. It's a beautiful day to let loose your creativity and make Christmas ornaments with alcohol ink and vinyl decals. In this video, you'll learn how to use alcohol inks inside a clear ornament for gorgeous swirling colors. We'll explore the best color combinations to use and which to avoid so your colors don't get muddy. Plus, we'll share a trick to make your colors pop and show you how to add a vinyl decal without bubbles and wrinkles on the ornament's curved surface. By the end, you'll have a stunning one-of-a-kind ornament ready to hang, gift, or even sell this holiday season. Because the holidays can feel a little structured and hectic, which is why I love projects like this. They invite us to play and enjoy the unexpected. And alcohol ink has a mind of its own, and really, that's where the magic happens. Each ornament will turn out unique, and that's exactly what makes them so special. I made a whole batch with different colors and holiday quotes. No two are alike, and yet each one is just as beautiful as the next. First, you'll need some clear ornaments. They are delicate, so be careful. You can also use plastic ornaments, which are sturdier. Next, we need alcohol inks. These are the stars of the show. They create those gorgeous, flowing colors inside your ornament. Pick a few colors that you love, but keep them in the same family so they blend nicely together, like orange and yellow or teal and green. And if you want some extra holiday sparkle, try adding metallic inks in gold or silver. They look so pretty when they catch the light on your tree. One of my favorite tools for this project is compressed air. I'll show you how to use it to swirl the ink inside your ornament and create beautiful, magical effects. You'll want to have a little isopropyl alcohol to clean your ornaments and reactivate your inks if needed, plus some pipettes to get it inside. I'll show you how to use white acrylic paint in my secret trick for making your colors pop. It will be easier if you use paint with a pump top. Small cups are great to hold your ornaments. And finally, we'll need vinyl for our Christmas quotes. I'll use white Cricut value vinyl today, but you can get creative with gold, silver, or even holographic vinyl for some extra holiday sparkle. I'm using my Cricut Maker to cut the vinyl, but your Maker Series, Explore Series, Venture, Joy, or Joy Extra will work just fine without resizing my files. We'll use a green standard grip mat, a brayer, a weeding tool, and a scraper. To keep things tidy, lay down some butcher paper or newspaper to protect your work surface, and grab a pair of disposable gloves and an apron to protect your hands and clothes. I'll also wear some safety goggles to protect my eyes from ink or rubbing alcohol splashes. Alcohol inks and compressed air are flammable and can have a strong smell. They should be used in a well-ventilated area, away from heat and open flame. Everything I used is in my blog post at jennifermaker.com/783. Let's decorate the ornaments first. Remove the metal cap and hanger from the top of the ornament. With the hole pointing straight up, place the ornament into the opening of a paper cup to hold it steady. Get your compressed air ready by placing the straw piece on the nozzle. First, choose which alcohol inks you'd like to use. For the prettiest results, I recommend using Analogous colors, or colors that are next to each other in a rainbow, or on a color wheel like orange and yellow. Not sure what pairs well? Canva has a free interactive color wheel at jennifermaker.com/canva-color-wheel. Set it to Analogous, then discover new color combinations that will work beautifully with your alcohol inks. I'll add some gold metallic for some extra shimmer. Make sure the caps are screwed on well, then shake each bottle thoroughly to prepare the alcohol ink. The metallics need extra shaking because the pigments tend to settle on the bottom of the bottle. Once your inks are ready, gather your tools: a cup of water, isopropyl alcohol, some pipettes, and your compressed air. Choose your first color, then place its tip inside the opening of the ornament against the side. Gently squeeze the bottle so a drop or two of alcohol ink drips down the inside wall. Don't overdo it, or too much ink will pool at the bottom of the ornament. Turn the ornament. Let the ink run and dry on its own if you want deeper, more concentrated color. But if you'd like those dreamy, swirling effects, this is where compressed air comes in. Before the ink dries, insert the straw from the compressed air can into the opening of the ornament. Gently squeeze the trigger to blow air onto the alcohol ink in short bursts. Rotate the ornament as you go to thin out and spread the alcohol ink. Be careful not to inhale the fumes or get the ink on your skin. While the ink is still wet, add your second color. Gently squeeze the bottle so a drop or two drips down an open area. You want to work fast so your inks can have a chance to blend. Use the compressed air again to blend your second color around the previous color. Keep going, adding more colors if you want. I'll add some of this pretty metallic gold. The metallic inks don't flow as freely, so some compressed air can help move it around. If any areas dry too quickly, use a pipette to drip a little isopropyl alcohol. This reactivates the ink so it flows again. You can also drip it on areas that you want to erase or dilute. Once you're happy with how the ink looks, set it in the paper cup with the opening pointing down. Let the inside of the ornament dry completely, which should take about 10 minutes or so. Using some more compressed air can speed up the drying process. Once the inside of your ornament is fully dry, you can make the ink colors stand out even more by using white or light-colored acrylic paint. Make sure the pump is fully screwed onto your paint bottle and test that it works. Hold the ornament's opening under the paint's nozzle. Carefully add 3 to 6 pumps of paint to the inside of the ornament, rotating it as you go so the paint is well distributed, but not necessarily covering every part. Next, load a pipette with water and drip some inside the ornament to thin the paint. Start with 10 drops, and you can always add more if needed. Don't add too much, or it will take longer to dry. Holding the ornament in one hand, firmly cover the opening with a finger or thumb so the paint and water cannot escape. Now, vigorously shake the ornament in all directions. This mixes the water with the paint and coats it evenly around the inside of the ornament. Don't worry, the ink isn't water-soluble, so it won't hurt the pretty colors. When you're done, turn the ornament so the hole is facing down and place it inside of a paper cup so any excess paint can drip out. Let the ornament dry overnight or at least 8 hours, rotating every 15 to 30 minutes for the first few hours. Once it's completely dry, you can replace the cap and hanger without worrying about scratching the paint inside. Now let's add a vinyl design. Go to my blog post at jennifermaker.com/783 to access my free library and download my Christmas quote designs. Click Get a Password if you need one or enter the library. Then search for design number 783 and click the download link. Inside, you'll find an SVG folder with files for each design. I have files that say All is Bright, Joy to the World, Silent Night, and Winter Wishes. In the PDF folder, you'll find versions you can print and cut by hand if you don't have a cutting machine. If you're unsure how to upload these, visit jennifermaker.com/svgs. Upload one of the designs to a blank canvas in Cricut Design Space. I'll demonstrate with the All is Bright design, but you can use the same steps to prepare, cut, and apply the other designs with vinyl. The designs already fit the ornaments in my materials list, but you can resize them if you need to using the corner handles. Make sure the lock icon is closed to keep the proportions right. Your design is ready to cut. Name your project to save your work. Then select your machine at the top right and click Make. On the Prepare screen, choose the correct material size. I'll keep it at 12 by 12, but will cut my vinyl to size. This design is pretty small, and it will be hard to check the cut in this position. Select it, then drag it down to the bottom of the mat. Click Continue. If you're using Cricut Value permanent adhesive vinyl like me, use the Value Vinyl setting. Then, under pressure, select More for a cleaner cut. Cut a piece of vinyl about a ½ inch larger on each side than your design, then attach it pretty side up to a green standard grip machine mat, making sure it covers the design area on the screen. Use a clean brayer to adhere it well. Check that your fine point blade is clean and in the clamp, then make sure the vinyl's position matches the screen and press the flashing button to load your mat into your Cricut. Then press the flashing middle button to cut your vinyl. Before unloading the mat, use your weeding tool to gently lift one of the small cutout shapes to see if the cut went through the vinyl. Since it's down here at the end of the mat, it's much easier to check. If your vinyl isn't cut all the way through, press the middle button to repeat the cut in the same spot if needed. If you have any issues with your cuts, check out my intricate cuts tutorial at jennifermaker.com/intricate cuts on Cricut. It's often easier to weed vinyl, especially small or detailed designs, while it's still on the machine mat. Use a weeding tool to carefully peel away the extra background vinyl around your decal. Gently lift any other areas you want to remove, like the insides of small shapes. Cut a piece of standard grip transfer tape that is a little larger than the vinyl decal. Remove its backing, then stick and unstick the transfer tape to a piece of fabric a few times to make it a bit less sticky and easier to remove from the ornament later. Hold the transfer tape in the shape of a taco, sticky side down. Try to align the grid lines on the transfer tape with the lines of text in the design. Touch the bottom of the taco onto the middle of the decal. Smooth the transfer tape over the decal from the center outward, then burnish it down using the scraper tool. Flip the decal over and burnish it from the back to make sure it's really attached well. Gently peel off the backing from the vinyl, leaving the design on the transfer tape. Before you apply the vinyl to the round ornament, use scissors to cut slits into the edges of the transfer tape. Cut the slits into where the design is, but do not cut the vinyl. The slits will help shape the design around the curves. I'll use a roll of masking tape to keep the ornament face up and steady. Bend the design into a taco shape and touch just the middle onto the approximate center of your ornament. Use the grid lines to help. Don't smooth the transfer tape down yet. Pick the ornament up by its hanger to check that the design is straight and centered. If it's not straight enough, pull it off and try again. When you're happy with the positioning, use your fingers to smooth the decal onto the ornament from the center outward, smoothing out any wrinkles in the vinyl. If the transfer tape overlaps at the slits or gets wrinkled, that's okay. Just be sure that all the vinyl is directly touching the ornament. Once the decal is well adhered, carefully remove the transfer tape. It will probably come off in pieces because of the slits, and that's okay. If there's any vinyl that isn't stuck to the ornament, push it down with a little more pressure and continue to remove the transfer tape. Gently press all over the design with your fingers to remove bubbles and stick down any vinyl that might not be well adhered. And now your DIY alcohol ink ornament is ready to deck the halls. Won't these look festive and beautiful on your tree this Christmas? And isn't it amazing how creative and different each one turned out? Every single alcohol ink ornament you make will be one of a kind. You literally can't make the same one twice, even if you tried. And I love that. You're not just decorating, you're playing with color, movement, and a little holiday chaos in the best possible way. Share your finished ornaments with me in my Facebook group so I can cheer you on. Now, if this tutorial helped you, I have to tell you about something that I really wish that I'd had when I was first learning my Cricut cutting machine. It's called the Cricut Coach Playbook. This is a guide that I wrote. It is full of diagrams that show you exactly what to click and when to do it. I made it because I remember how confusing the Cricut felt in the beginning, and I wanted something that I could keep right next to my machine to remind me whenever I got stuck on something. And now I use it all the time, and I think that you'll love it too. You can get one at jennifermaker.com/CricutCoach, and I'll also leave the link below for you. And if you're ready to take your crafting skills to the next level, be sure to check out my advanced membership program, where we dive deeper into projects like designing a split monogram to add to your alcohol ink ornament, or hundreds of other design workshops. Join my advanced program at jennifermaker.com/advance to learn how with my exclusive workshops. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.